Welcome back, listeners, to the Hit Boys podcast. This is episode number 39. Almost hit the big 40. It's kind of a milestone, I think. That's what I feel like. I don't know when it gets to 50, David. We've actually got to do something.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Kind of big. I don't really know what yet, but it's gonna be big. I'm here with my good buddy David. Say hi, David.
That's me.
My name's Iman, and this is the podcast where we talk about YouTube, give you recommendations, or rather, kind of spoilers. But in the case of today, we'll kind of be giving you a bit of a steer clear type thing. But this episode is all about Shane Dawson, who has just begun a big new series all about Jake Paul, or all about the mind of Jake Paul.
Yeah. Because he's been inside and we haven't, so we need to hear from him.
Yeah. Although he's been inside, but funnily enough, Jake Paul isn't in a single episode yet, so that's quite interesting. Anyway, there's been 2 episodes, so we've got a lot to talk about with that. But first up, David, how you been?
Hey, you know what? I've been good. It's been a good week.
Yeah? Why?
It's the start of a new month, and
You mean you got paid?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't blame you. I feel the same.
Yeah, it could have come at a better time after all that holiday stuff and house stuff coming up as well. But just it's been a okay week. Like something funny happened actually. I was just heading home after work, and there's this like huge park with a lot of football fields, and I was just walking by, and then literally football team were probably like under 14s, maybe even younger. Like I think they were like all 10 to 11 years old, right? And it was like one school playing against another school. And as I was walking by, one team scored, right? And then all the boys just went to the corner flag and like huddled and like celebrating. And then they all put their hands in the middle and they're like 1, 2, 3, bros before hoes. There were parents and everything watching. Oh man, I almost
That's funny.
collapsed in like absolute shock.
Nice. That's so good.
Oh man, it started off so adorable, then it just got to like, what the hell are kids watching now?
Where did that come from?
Saw that
They're probably
YouTube.
watching too much Jake Paul. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, nah. But besides that, I want to say that's the highlight of my week, but I just couldn't.
Fair enough.
I've just been saying it in my head from time to time. Whenever I complete an assignment at work, like, bros before hoes.
The context.
Oh man.
Yeah, and anything else to report from the week? Nothing beats that, of course.
No. I mean, like, this podcast definitely has a purpose. My week is not as far from that. So that's pretty much me.
Yeah. So I've just been pretty slow week, to be honest. Had a good saw some old friends, literally guys from like school, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That was good. And been on the phone with loads of solicitors trying to sort out this house stuff.
Yeah. I should
Kinda
give them a
sucks,
call.
to be
Do they like getting calls by you, or they're like, oh, here we go again?
No, they barely ever pick up the phone. And every time it's like, oh, she's out at lunch. Oh, she stepped away from her desk.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, interesting that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right when I call, every time. Doesn't matter what the time
I would
is.
love that job. I'm telling you.
Based on the amount of work they do, it sounds easy to being a lawyer.
Yeah. All you have to do is just like only pick up the phone when you want to receive money from your client.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So yes, there was all that, and then just the usual. Been watching some bit of YouTube, although nothing too new apart from the Shane Dawson stuff.
Yeah.
But I have been on. Last week I mentioned how I was on a like major Eminem kick.
Eminem.
But yeah. So I decided to actually check out his channel, because his channel it posts a lot, like behind the scenes videos, music videos. Like there's quite a lot of activity.
Does he have any Fortnite videos?
Yeah, loads of Fortnite.
Yeah, I thought so.
Fan.
Yeah.
Seriously though,
he once streamed with Ninja. Big deal.
Yeah. Eminem did it first. Jake just copied.
Yeah.
But Eminem is seriously actually kind of a YouTuber. He's into YouTube.
Yeah.
There's some funny videos of him. But the first ever video on that channel, I went and checked it out, is "Lose Yourself." You know the song "Lose Yourself"? That was in the movie 8 Mile.
Oh yeah, speaking of, because you said in like 2 podcasts ago, maybe the last one, that you watched 8 Mile for the first time like this year. Did you know the song before you watched the movie?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, okay, just checking.
The song is barely actually in the movie as well.
Yeah,
There's
you're
like
right.
one little bit of it with words missing
And then
when
at
he's
the
like
end.
writing it, and then
Yeah.
in the credits, yeah.
Yeah.
But so that video was posted back in 2007, right? And it was, it obviously had 8 Mile. The whole movie was kind of in a way an advert for that song.
That's a good way to put it.
In a way,
Yeah.
I mean, but it was a big movie. Like, it was really hyped up. It was like a big blockbuster movie. Everyone talking about it, really popular, did really, really well. And that song on YouTube only has 102 million views.
What, Lose Yourself?
Yeah, 102.
That's a bit
Million.
weird.
Since 2007.
I do know that
I'm
happens a
telling you.
lot to a lot of artists' YouTube channels though. Like their classic a while ago. That's a lot of views a while ago.
Exactly. And even though it's been like 11 years, it just shows the way YouTube has kind of grown and changed.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people using it now. 100 million's like his latest video that's been out 2 weeks, the diss track
Has already trumped
is
it.
over that.
Yeah.
Is already gone past that. It's just crazy. It's just crazy how much it's changed and how big YouTube has actually gotten now.
Or how small MTV has now gotten.
Yeah, that's the other point. Yeah, because everyone would have been watching it on there.
Yeah, and be recording it on VHS tapes and rewatching it. Don't get that ad revenue that way.
Yeah. So I checked that out. I watched. I haven't really watched that much else actually. Just like the usual stuff on cinema and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
What
there was one video I saw though. From
Yeah?
You always hate it when I say the channel's name, Penguin Zero.
Okay.
AKA a guy called Critical, who just sometimes reviews movies, sometimes just talks about stuff that's happened on the internet that
He's just got a really funny voice and he's really derogatory about everyone.
He's never impressed. I would love to
Yeah.
see what he thinks about this Shane Dawson thing that we'll get into. But
oh no, he'll do a video. Don't worry.
he will. Yeah. Secretly, he loves views. He won't admit it, but he loves
He
that
will,
clickbait.
Yeah, he
loves
does.
that clickbait.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was today. Today being Sunday, which is also why we've only gonna talk about 2 episodes, the first 2 episodes of Shane Dawson, when this gets put out. So he did a video on Lindsay Lohan. I'm not sure if you've seen it.
Oh, I haven't seen it. No.
I think the title is like Lindsay Lohan is kidnapping kids. So basically, Lindsay Lohan on her Instagram or maybe Snapchat, I forget what these kids use nowadays to go live, but she was live and she basically went to these people who were homeless or refugees, it seemed, from Siberia. Yeah, it was definitely weird. Like, you could see the chat starting off, because I went to go see it myself. You could see the chat like, oh yeah, okay, that's good, yeah, try and help them out. And she was, you can hear in her voice that she's kind of still a bit of a mess. But anyway, she goes up to them, she's like, do you guys need to go somewhere? Can I take you there? And then she tries to lure them to her car, and they're not feeling it. And they got a kid, they got 2 kids. It was 2 adults. I couldn't really tell if they were the parents, and then 2 kids, and then they were almost trying to fight their way away from her because they didn't want to follow her. And she was kept on persuading, get into the car, and then they basically punched her, and she fell down. The camera fell down too, and they went away. And
what?
I'm not kidding.
Are you kidding? Is this real?
I'm not kidding.
What?
And the comment section was as this was happening, it was basically from Lindsay to oh yeah, okay, that's nice that you're helping out, to okay, maybe you should stop. This is creepy now. Please stop, Lindsay. Please stop.
What?
It's her voice that actually makes it creepy, because she's got as if she's had crack in a pot and put it in a blender, added some Fruit Loops and some vodka, and then just downed it. She has such a crackling voice, hey guys,
Really?
You want to follow me? It's geez.
Oh god.
That-
You kids want some ice cream?
Some V-Bucks, right? It's
I
what.
got all your V-Bucks in here.
Oh man, it's so weird because like everyone knows some of these celebrities are like facing rehab and stuff, but you don't really know what they're doing in between the year upon year news on like what's happened to them. This is what they
Hmm.
do day to day. And I know you got a soft spot for Lindsay, but that was
Yeah,
not
but
pleasant to watch.
does Penguin Zero show the video in it?
He
In his one?
shows like 3 second clips of the points he doesn't show the whole video, but you can still
Okay.
find it because on Instagram it stays there for a day or two.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh
can't. I'm not
man.
gonna link that for the safety of others, but damn.
Okay. Sweet. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's real good. Um. Or anything else you've been looking at?
No, no. I got some not safe for work stuff, but you know what? I'll leave that for the season 4 finale.
David,
Season,
we don't want to hear about the stuff you've been watching that's not safe for work.
but it's on YouTube, so it's safe.
Uh-huh.
It depending where
Okay.
you work.
Okay, now I'm very curious. But...
Yeah.
Okay, we'll save that. That's fine. That's fine. Come back next episode if you want to hear about this. I know I'll be here because that sounds
you,
really
you have
interesting.
no choice anyway.
um. So yeah, let's get into it. We're here to talk about Shane Dawson and his brand new series. There are 2 episodes out right now. The first one is called The Mind of Jake Paul, and the second one is called The Dark Side of Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Both. I mean, the first, the Mind of Jake Paul is kind of, it's okay. It's okay.
In comparison.
And I'm just talking about in terms of the name.
Oh, right.
The Dark
okay.
Side of Jake Paul. Now we're getting a bit over dramatic. You know what I mean? Okay, but let me just.
I'm just thinking of the Batman trilogy. So it's like Dark Knight.
The Dark-
So it's gonna be like Return of the Jake Paul. Or something.
Return. Yeah.
Jeez.
But I will say
what?
that.
Oh, wait, sorry. I know this doesn't really count now, but Logan has just put out a video called "Dear Shane Dawson."
Okay, good. Good.
Awesome.
Yeah, he actually tweeted. I did see him tweet that he was like, I really don't want to, but I'm gonna have to talk about this video. But okay, so first of all, I'm just gonna start really surface level, but with these titles.
Yeah.
The Mind of Jake Paul, although the title itself is kind of not too overdramatic, the fact is it's got nothing to do with the mind of Jake Paul. It's just Shane Dawson going around going, oh well, I wonder if Jake Paul is a sociopath. Oh, he might be a sociopath. I wonder if he's a sociopath. God, he seems like a horrible person. And it's just like, what are you trying? This is not about Jake. This is just you and your opinion.
This is literally the mind of Shane and what his mind is brainstorming about things he dreamt about.
Yeah. So let me just very quickly summarize the point of this series. Basically, it's 8 parts, which alarm bells already.
Jeez Louise.
And it's literally just Shane Dawson trying to figure out and explain Jake Paul, to explain, what is he really like. Well, here's the thing, like the series is supposed to be just showing, okay, this is what Jake is like in real life. This is what it's like, living his life every day, and this is what he's all about. But really, when you watch it, it's sold much more as a very overdramatic, is Jake Paul a sociopath? Why is Jake Paul so awful? Kind of thing. It's less. It feels much more for the people that hate him than the people that like him.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? Maybe in the later episodes he's gonna, bring some more stuff in, and
it
be
definitely
like,
needs it.
the old twist, like, oh, actually, guys, he's great.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Sorry for the 4 episodes of why I thought he was a bad guy.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry for saying he's a sociopath this whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, it's really over the top. And there's actually a bit of news that's just come out about this. But the second episode was particularly over-dramatized. I'll get into why, but Shane has actually recently, like yesterday, put out a post on YouTube saying, okay, guys, yeah, I'm sorry I over-dramatized it. I'm re-editing some stuff. I'm re-shooting some stuff. And we're going to, tone it down a bit because I realize now I've gone over the top. And you check out the comments in that video, and they are just really, really ripping into it. It's not good, actually. They really people did not like that video.
Yeah.
And if you consider Shane Dawson in general is just really loved, especially by his fans, because he's so wholesome,
Yeah.
So I don't really have anything against Shane. It's just that I really don't like this this thing at all.
I should say, like, if you wanted to cover Jake Paul, you could just, listen to our second podcast.
Yes, good plug, David.
We were so young, but I'm sure it's more valuable. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. But okay, here's a little snippet of some comments on this second one. Second top comment. I love this series, but this isn't a horror story or anything. It's a dorky kid trying to make a living. You're over-exaggerating. He acts like it's the craziest thing in the world, but it's not. This lady, he interviews a professional psychiatrist or something.
A therapist, yeah.
This person's like, this lady is so unprofessional. It's just, there's a lot of bad stuff. But, okay, let's get into specifics. What did you think of it when you were kind of watching it, David?
Okay, so I'll give, like, what I was expecting and then what I thought of it. So, expecting wise, like, I don't know too much about Shane. I know that we obviously talked about him covering TanaCon some episodes ago. And I saw that, he does 4-part or, just big videos continuously about YouTubers. And the thing I kind of liked is, especially for the TanaCon thing, sure, he was talking to Tana, which actually would be great if he was talking to Jake, which I'm sure will come later. But besides talking to her, he did research on an event that failed, which was TanaCon, and he got and spoke to other people that were a part of it. And this has been 2 episodes out of 8, and going into it, I was expecting from episode 1, we got Jake in the room, we got Nick Crompton in the room, we got people who have left, Elisa Violet, Tessa Brooks, all the people that we've wondered why did they leave and what took them so long if they were unhappy. Like, why 8 episodes? Just give it to us straight away. So coming into it, not getting that, I was just rolling my eyes. I was even watching it on the train, and I was just skipping through it. Like, I was expecting to watch that 40 minutes nonstop.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that's the whole point. But literally, if you're doing a series about a specific particular person, literally, how can you have 2 episodes? And this isn't just a TV series, okay? This is 2 episodes of YouTube. So that's 40 minutes for each episode, which is a lot on YouTube. That's a huge amount of content. And it doesn't talk to a single person that has even spoken to Jake.
Like,
it's just like, how is that? That's not... Before, in other things like TanaCon, like you said, he was speaking to things, it was investigative journalism.
Yeah.
He was actually putting in the legwork.
I respected a good chunk of it.
Yeah, and this 2 episodes in, and it's like, he even said in his post where he said he's doing reshoots, he was like, I know it feels like milking it, but trust me, it was necessary.
Yeah,
and it's like okay. No, dude.
After you.
First 2 episodes are pure speculation. Absolute pure speculation. Not even just like, I wonder. It's like wild speculation. It's not just, I wonder if he's actually secretly not very nice. It's like, I wonder if he's a sociopath. Is Jake Paul a sociopath? I think Jake Paul's a sociopath. That's what he says.
And then, after doing that, then he speaks to somebody about what is a sociopath. Well, how could you be so, on the fact that he is one, and then you ask later, what is that thing that I'm thinking he is?
Yeah. So the basic way it went was first episode, all this sociopath stuff, and then the second he brought in this professional that I mentioned, this therapist person.
Yeah.
And I don't know what her credentials are, but she does this on YouTube, so I'm inclined to sort of think maybe she's not the most
yeah,
trustworthy or
you could
best
definitely say that.
person.
I even saw there's a suggested video of real therapist reacts to Shane's video.
Right, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, they had a very short conversation. You can't explain something like that in a short conversation. And here's the key thing: you can't diagnose someone as a sociopath without meeting them, without talking to them in real life.
Shocking.
It's crazy. But anyway, she goes through a list like, okay, it's this, and this. And it's things like they act differently around certain people. I read that and I was thinking, yes, just like every single other person on the planet.
Exactly.
Do you think you talk to your mum the same way you talk to your boss? Do you talk to your girlfriend the way you talk to the mate you play football with?
Exactly. The way we talk on this podcast is not how we even the same people, me and you, would talk to each other. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I honestly, all week since watching it, I've been thinking, oh boy, guess I'm a sociopath. Yeah. This person on the train, sociopath.
Oh yeah, oh that one, yeah, for sure. That guy definitely.
And when you were doing it, were you doing what Shane does in the videos of the most ridiculous edits I've ever seen in my life?
Yeah, like he has all this dramatic music playing. And this is a big thing that was on in the comments, like, what's with all the over-dramatic music? But it's all this dramatic music, and it's like looking at the camera like, oh my God, I'm so creeped out. Oh, it makes me cringe. Like, it's like, oh my God, man. Oh yeah, and he always says, I'm getting chills. Oh, I'm so creeped out, I'm getting chills.
Oh,
it's
man.
crazy. It's just too much. It's just so over the top, but it's so vague. Okay, let me get more specific. Like, another thing that this therapist person lady says is, okay, a sociopath, they might mimic someone else. So what sociopaths do is they don't have any real emotions, and they just copy other people and copy their emotions,
right?
Mimic them. So what she says a YouTuber sociopath, e.g. Jake Paul, might mimic someone else's emotions from videos they see on YouTube. They'll see, oh, so-and-so's, crying or whatever, and they got good views on that, so I'm gonna cry in my video. Or this person's like acting really wild and like happy in this video, I'm gonna do that in my video. And what she's describing is just YouTube. It's like, this thing is popular, okay, I'm going to do this thing. It's like, well, yeah, how does that make anybody a sociopath?
That is the platform. Is everyone a sociopath then?
Yeah.
Anyone who clickbaits is a sociopath.
Yeah, that's it. See, thing is, I mean, I agree, almost all YouTubers have quite a strong level of narcissism and already and self-centered.
Yeah, like some actors would have to be when they perform.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure, it's bad. Maybe that should be stopped. But to say only Jake does it and make it all about Jake.
I mean, for a start, Shane Dawson does it himself.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. Like, if you're the sort of person that is going to make money from people looking at you and you personally, and you've built it up yourself and you've gone to the effort of videoing yourself, like, yeah, you're going to be kind of narcissistic. It's just,
Yeah.
So what if I kind of summarize my main? They seem to be coming at it wrong, basically, because they're looking at Jake Paul from his videos and saying he seems like a sociopath, right?
Yeah.
Now, that is, and she does mention this, the therapist does mention this to her credit, but that isn't real life, okay? Obviously, that's not real life. The thing is, a YouTuber is basically just a business, right? This is a kind of my sort of philosophy side of this.
Yeah.
But a YouTuber is a business. They've built it up, they make money, they've got employees, they need to do what's right for the business. And if that means getting clicks from doing a certain thing, fine.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this absolutely applies for every single YouTuber, but
Yeah,
it
the
does
majority.
for someone like Jake. It does for someone like Shane.
Yeah.
You know, it's people that have made this into a business and it's a livelihood.
Yeah.
And businesses, right? Businesses don't have emotions. You don't look at Coke and go, I mean, you do. Like, what companies try and do is they try and show their emotions and show that they're good by doing various things. But at the end of the day, a company's an entity. It's not a person.
Yeah.
All right? You can't judge them in the same way. Like, if a company fires someone, does that make them, the company, a sociopath? No, because it's a business,
Yeah.
right? So when you look at a YouTuber, you've got to remember that they're a business. It just so happens that that business is also them or their face, but that's not them. That's not their person. That's not their real personality.
Yeah.
You know, it's parts of it. It's just,
But
whatever.
I bet that's what stemmed him to think, so that's the beginning of a sociopath. But again, an actor plays a character for the sake of people watching. That is, it's a job. It's a job. Like what you're saying, it's a job.
So just coming at this in the way that they are is completely wrong and a total, not only is it a total waste of time, it's actually extremely hurtful and bad because they sit there in this video and list off, 6 or 8 things to say if someone is a sociopath, right? Exactly. They're super general. And literally, I was joking about it, like wondering, am I a sociopath? Is he a sociopath? Are they? That is what is going to be in people's heads, especially the younger audience that Shane and Jake Paul fans, obviously mostly are.
Exactly.
And it's just going to warp everyone's minds and give them completely wrong idea about what a sociopath is.
Yeah. And
like at the end of the day...
Like the thing I was telling you, that the same thing he criticizes Jake about is how he would warp the minds of young people thinking life is like that. And now Shane's doing the same thing. Exactly.
It's literally what he's doing. And here's the thing as well. There's no in-between for them. Like every mental health issue is a scale, Yeah. It's not just like one extreme or the other. It's not you are a sociopath or you are not. It's a scale. And people at the end of the day have to live with this thing. And people live just fine and are perfectly nice and... sure, maybe they've had to like learn certain ways to behave, but that's what they have done. And there isn't just if you are a sociopath, that means you are a horrible person. It's like, okay, maybe this person is just less sensitive to emotions, or is less sensitive to what other people care about, but they're still okay to get along with. It's like it's just too extreme. It's completely extreme.
It's almost like he's comparing Jake to his ideal of what a good person should be. Like, I always put everything, all my friends before this, or I would never decide once in a while that I will push them for the laughs when I should have just been nice to them the whole time. Like, people aren't perfect, and the moment Jake does anything that's imperfect, it's like, this is why. This is why. It's because he's crazy. This is why.
Yeah, exactly. And oh my god! I tell you what really annoyed me as well is all the little clips that they used, like for the drama and kind of showing. Ooh, this one thing that Jake did in the video once was kind of.
I want to see Aussie Man reviews with all them clips, like when Jake smashes a wall with a hammer. It's like, oh, told you it was crazy. Oh, look at that hit. Told you it was crazy.
You see him smash that wall? I told you, he's crazy. But there was one where he shows Jake jumping a like dune buggy thing over his girlfriend. Now, this is so funny because he was basically showing it like, his girlfriend literally could have died, and he was just so reckless. He just he didn't care about her life at all. That was supposed to be his girlfriend, and it's like, dude, do you seriously think that basically the setup of the video was she was sunbathing outside, sunbathing on the top of a dirt ramp?
Yeah. Just like, happened to be unaware and couldn't find a better spot.
Like, dude, that video is set up. She knew that was going to happen.
It's more set up than Jackass.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, do you seriously think that Jake Paul just went and took this car and potentially killed a person for this video? No, idiot, no.
I actually
He knew
remember,
that was happening.
in some of his
It's
videos,
crazy.
in one of the two videos, Shane does start asking the dumbest questions because he keeps saying, "Oh, I don't really know Jake. I don't really watch his stuff." And then some of the questions, like
yeah.
when he asks, "Oh, is his relationship with Erica real?" If it's not, that is so bad. Why would you put a fake relationship? Who does that on the internet? What celebrity does that? It's like,
Yeah.
are you serious? Are you actually serious? Even if it's fake,
just
because I don't really know, neither does it matter. It is entertainment. You have this
yeah. If
fictional
you're
idea of like something that's cool and you watch it.
Yeah, exactly. If you sit there looking at Jake's videos, like, this is ridiculous. Is he faking this relationship, dude?
They even said they had a fake marriage.
It's Jake Paul. Like, it literally, it's just for entertainment. It's YouTube.
And I don't want to defend Jake like I'm a fanboy or something, but it's just like, it's actually sadly unfair. It's, when you can be like rude and unfairly rude to somebody who's bad in their own right. It's like, no, actually that's too much. You can't actually insult him because he's doing what he said he'll do. Entertain.
Exactly. And if you want to use the argument of like, oh well, you guys might know things are fake or whatever, but younger fans that Jake has won't. Yeah, that's true, but again, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it is down to the parents to decide what they watch. Like, everything Jake does is really not that bad, and it's not. It's like,
it doesn't hurt. That's like saying you didn't tell your kids Santa Claus isn't real. It's like, well, that's the parents' decision when to tell them the truth. Let the kids believe what they want. It's not going to affect their day to day when the truth comes out.
Yeah. So okay. So in the first episode, they basically interviewed or they didn't interview anyone actually that knows Jake. They just interviewed some other YouTuber that makes a lot of like news videos.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? What's the point of this? Anyway,
I will say on that point though, that maybe because looking at his previous videos, like when he covers other stuff, it's been like, straight away, which I think is now a good thing. He's just straight on the point, asking the questions. He's almost like a news reporter. In this one, he's trying to make it such a big event that he's given 2 episodes of prelude and backstory and all this, like to give it some kind of, like as if he's trying to get a nomination for the next Streamy Awards or something. And by doing so, like, man, again, if I was a PR to some of these YouTubers, I would have said, fine, if you want to have 2 episodes, at least give it like a really cool trailer to know and let people know that you are at one point going to cover some factual stuff, because right now, all I think is just thinking about life and decide to make 2 videos on it.
Yeah, it's completely off the top of your head. It's complete conjecture. It's not at all based in fact. It's just, it's nothing. It's just complete fluff. There's absolute zero content.
I've been saying the word
video
all day.
Schlock.
Absolute schlock.
Yeah, I mean that fits. I've never heard it before, but it fits. So in this first video, Shane was really shocked when he heard like, oh, people that are in Team 10 actually pay, in order to be in Team 10, they actually pay Jake they pay him money to be in that. Like, that's so shocking.
That's so bad.
Here's the thing. Team 10 is a business, dude. And if you've done any research at all, you would know that it's a business and that these people have literally signed a contract that says, I'm going to give 10 or 20%, I think it's 20% of my earnings on my videos to Jake Paul, or rather to the Team 10 business.
So that I can grow myself.
Yeah. Partly, part of that money is going to go straight into Jake Paul's pocket. Partly it's going to go into the investors' pocket as well.
Yeah.
Because there were actually investors who paid to make this thing happen.
Exactly.
They paid
they will expect a return. Yeah, I think it was $1 million.
And it's just like, you know, this. At the end of the day, he's just looking at all of this and being like, wow, these people, man. It's like, no, this is business. It's
He's
business,
acting like
okay,
a mum
dude? It's business.
who's just discovered YouTube. Like, I
yeah,
can't believe
and
this
it's like, do you not know how
this
this works? It's a business, dude. And at the same time, you know, he's just made 2 episodes of nothing with loads of conjecture. It's like, yeah, that's business too.
Right?
Like, well, everyone's making a living here, you know?
Yeah. Jeez. And do you know why that annoys me as well? Is he's shocked that it's a business, but he answers himself in the same, like, minute of that question, where he's like, oh, so I'm looking at some of these YouTubers like Erica and Chance and Anthony, and it seems like they've got no history of being on YouTube before or any sort of fame. Well, that's why they came here to build fame, and it won't be a cost. I would pay that 20%. I don't mind.
I mean, you're still making the 80%
Exactly.
plus everything else. It's
and
a
when
platform,
you leave,
right?
if there was a contract, which, you know, I'm hoping we'll eventually see, that would be great if Shane can bring out an actual contract that he gives to all these Team 10 members. But when I would leave, I would be like, cool, I had to stay there for a while, just like a footballer does at a club, but I did good for myself, and now I can continue my career.
Exactly. It's no one's there because they were forced to, you know.
Yeah.
So there's a few little things I just want to pull out that he says that are just like ridiculous to me. So in the first video, he actually says the words, "Is Jake Paul on YouTube different to Jake Paul in real life?" Like, yeah, dude, yeah, just like every single other YouTuber.
Yeah, I remember
in the
even
world.
Philip DeFranco even said once to his audience, I hope you guys know, that's why I have a second channel, so you can see me and my family, because guess what, on YouTube I have to, like, he even describes how he says "what's up guys" like 10 times even after all these years, because he has to get into a persona that is enjoyable to watch. So you're gonna be different.
Yeah.
Don't be shocked.
Yeah, I mean, it's what a comment. Another one he said in the second episode, which really got me, was he said, he actually said it twice, I think. Logan, I feel, is more likable. You know, not as many people hate him. Are you kidding me? How in the world is that true? There is 0 chance that is true.
That
Logan,
was true
at the start
before.
of this year,
it
was literally the most hated
no one
person
has been hated
on the
more.
planet.
No one has.
Yeah. YouTuber or not. I mean, he was hated. He put a dead body on YouTube. It's literally the worst thing that's ever happened on YouTube. And it was perpetrated by Logan Paul. So don't tell me that Jake is more hated. Like, no way. He just feels, when you said he's like a mum on YouTube, that literally is how he feels. He feels so out of touch, and to admit that he hasn't really watched Jake's videos,
these
like,
2 episodes are for him to catch
them.
up on YouTube.
Yeah, that's basically it. Like,
He missed YouTube Rewind.
Yeah, and he's just got these people like, oh yeah, Jake Paul, he does all these awful things. Oh my gosh, wow! Like, dude, you need to do your own research, basically,
and do it off camera. Jeez.
Yeah. So, oh my god, here's some more. Hang on. Yeah. So this is another one. He says, so some people I've met and I get a feeling, I get a funny feeling about them. But then there's others who I've met who fit the sociopath description, but I don't get a feeling from them. What do you think about those people? And the therapist says, oh, they must just be better manipulators. They're just better sociopaths. Like, dude, what? Like, you're not an expert. You're applying your feeling. What are you even talking about? And you're saying, oh, they fit this description, but they're just I don't get the feeling. Oh, they're just better sociopaths. They're just more sociopathic.
They got more socio skills.
Oh my, what? This lady, this therapist, is such a complete hack. She is absolutely so unprofessional. How can you possibly say something like that? It's just like, it's mind-boggling.
Aren't you,
It's not
like, you should be worried that he even asked that question.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. Oh, you know what? It actually, it usually takes weeks to really diagnose someone as a sociopath. You can't. It's not just this tick list, like 5 things, tick, tick, tick. Yep, sociopathic.
No, dude.
Like,
Dude. Shane gets these chills, man. So if he feels a chill,
the chills. Yeah,
boy,
we're back
does
to the
he
chills
know.
now.
Yeah.
We're back to the chills.
Oh,
Gotta
man.
trust those chills. You know?
His whole channel. Okay, fair enough. He's a long riding conspiracy theorist. Like that's how he started off, and that's what a lot of his videos are about. So to him, he's a professional, and having these little, like, he can tell. Like, he just gets those feelings.
Yeah,
we
he
wouldn't
gets
understand.
those chills. He knows, moon landing faked. I got chills about it. Easy, done.
I felt the moon get touched right now.
Yeah,
I think it was an American. Yeah,
9/11 was an inside job. I've got the chills.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. We don't need evidence. It's just so overdrive. It really does feel like a conspiracy, one of those like really dodgy conspiracy theory videos that have no basis in fact, are just pure drama and super generalized so that everything makes sense and everything is true.
And I'm telling you what, I think he I know you're saying he made some edits or he's making some, but at the end of it, I can see him being proud of it. Like, I left this open to interpretation, like, I'm not going to conclude this with facts. I just did this so you can now make your own decision. Is he a sociopath?
Yeah.
Conclusion.
I mean, the thing is, nobody should be trying to decide who is or isn't a sociopath, unless you actually know them intimately. But even then, you're not professionals, especially you, Shane. You're not a professional. This lady definitely isn't a professional. And you've never actually met Jake Paul. So, come on.
But hey, this podcast is about being fair. We're judging this off 2 episodes, and he should know better and make one of the 2, like, give us some good stuff. He should have known that these 2 are terrible, and to say that no, but episodes 3 to 8 will be okay. So it makes it okay, but it's not okay.
Can I just say, he's in his post as well, where he says he's gonna re-film stuff. He actually mentions Jake will be in part 5.
Oh my gosh, 5 onwards.
Jake is not coming until part 5.
You know what? No, out of 8, not that it should be 8, but out of 8, 5 is okay, assuming before 5 we've spoken to everyone else, part of Team 10, and then Jake responds. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, I can see it being an 8-episode series if you got episode 1, Nick Crompton, episode 2, Illicit Violet, episode 3, Tessa Brooks, episode 4, Martinez Twins, episode 5, Jake Paul.
That would be so much better. I would watch that. Like, I want to be fair to Shane. That's how you do it.
That's the interesting stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. So in the context, he says, Jake will be in part 5. I know it feels like I'm milking it, but trust me, it was necessary. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
It was necessary. I had 8 hours. I had 8 hours of footage. I had to do something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, man. So we've got Jake in from episode 5 onwards. Ridiculous. So let's see. So another thing that they were talking about is how sociopaths all kind of learn behavior from people around them. They act a certain way because they've learned it from people around them. Again, it's like, it's such a general thing. It's so generalized that the way they word it, that it can literally be applied to anyone. It's like, okay, you learned some new manners. You learned to put the knife and fork on the left side or whatever. You learned that. You learned that from copying and mimicking other people.
And now you think you are really trained at the dinner table. Yeah. Weirdo.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, okay, come on, chill. Keep away from me. I'm getting chills about you. Stuff like this. And it's just so over the top. So, yeah, hacky and crazy. So we've got, I don't know how often he's posting episodes, but I think this next one will be delayed because of these reshoots.
Yeah, because I was getting the idea it would be every 2 days, but this today.
Yeah. I mean, the videos are doing very well, not as well as I was expecting. So he's done, like we said, he's done a few of these kind of series about specific people. So he did one about Jeffree Star, who I don't actually know, but is a very hated figure. It's basically I don't know enough about this person, but it's a born a man but dresses kind of like a woman. He's very how do I put it? He's very like extreme, I guess is the right word, in the way he dresses. Like whatever sex it's leaning towards, it's very kind of out there. Purposefully so. You know, he's provocative, or she. I'm not sure which pronoun they prefer, but you know, they're very provocative on purpose. That's the whole thing. I mean, provocative, like, you know, incites people to kind of get enraged for some reason. Anyway, and that Jeffree Star is not that big or that well known. Like, they are quite big, but it's not nearly the same level as Jake Paul.
Yeah, especially for the platform of YouTube as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Jake Paul is, you know, people that aren't on YouTube know who Jake Paul is. Now, the Jake Paul series so far is getting the same views as Jeffree Star. Admittedly, it has been out a lot shorter time, but it doesn't seem... I thought it was going to be like
35,
way more,
especially for the
roof.
first one, 35.
I mean, I will say at least episode 2 is on trending. I think it's number 2 on trending, which is good, pretty good. But yeah, it's still not as good as I was expecting. Maybe that's, you know, an issue with the way it's been edited. I would love to see the analytics on this episode, actually, like see which parts people watch, see when people click off. But yeah, so the last one was 2 days ago. We're on Sunday now, so the last one was on Thursday. So we should have Friday, sorry. So we should have a new episode soon, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep an eye on it, but I'm not gonna spend
as much time as we did for
40 minutes, watching every minute anymore, because it's just absolute nonsense and not based in fact. To be honest, it's kind of slanderous. Like, I'm surprised that Jake isn't coming after him, because it's literally gonna damage him. It's gonna damage him and his business.
And not even that. I actually don't like Jake's young. I actually see this affecting him in a weird way. Like, I can actually see it affecting him. Yeah. Like last year or the year before was all about diss tracks. Now YouTubers are gonna do conspiracy theories on each other. Yeah,
exactly. But Jake put out a video before this started, and he actually said he hasn't seen it. So he doesn't know what's coming. So it's a bit weird, but they must have some kind of written agreement that, you know, Shane can do whatever he wants. Probably.
Seems like he would.
If I was Shane, I certainly would get that.
Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, you know, because you don't want Jake to turn around and go, yeah, actually, you know what? This is actually harming my business. So I'm not cool with this. But yeah, it's too much. We'll see how it goes. We'll update you in later episodes, next episode or something, and if it's changed at all. But I think steer clear for now.
If it's still schlock, it will definitely won't be part of our. It would definitely won't be part of our season 4 finale.
I'm gonna start using that word.
I've only started using it now. It's great. It just defines it properly.
It's good.
He better clickbait me. Like, I want to see Nick Compton in the title. Otherwise, I'm definitely not watching the 3rd or 4th episode until we get some actual content.
I want to speak to real people that have actually met Jake Paul. Okay,
that would help.
All right, I think we should call it a day there. Thank you all for listening. If you are listening on iTunes, please leave us a like, or not a like. Leave us a rating. As many stars as you like, preferably 5.
4 to 5.
But 4 to 5, yeah. Next week we are back to a usual, you know, anything goes kind of episode. If you have any thoughts about Shane Dawson and all this stuff, I feel like we've raised some really good points. But if you disagree, let us know. You can email us. What is it, David? Is it hitpausepodcast@gmail.com?
Hitpausepodcast@gmail.com.
Oh yeah, tweet us at SoNotDavid and at at Glyphix, Gliphyx. If you've got any thoughts, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to us on all other platforms. We are everywhere you get your podcasts normally. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening.
All right, see you guys.